Hello everyone, welcome back to my Flosstube. I think we're on episode 10. I'm Emma, I use pronouns M or Emma, and yes, basically we've just moved house. Ta-da! We're still unpacking, there's boxes and more boxes. So it is not in its final form as of yet, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. We've built a lot of IKEA furniture over the last few days and weeks, so we'll be glad not to have to build any more furniture once the last bit comes at the end of this week. So yeah, that will be a joy. What was I going to say? Post IKEA furniture. Basically, with all of the furniture building and unpacking, and Chris's mum came to stay with us, so I haven't had a lot of time for stitching. So I thought, oh, and the neighbours' kids are playing, so you might be able to hear the occasional scream. That's children playing outside. No one's dying. I thought rather than show you the tiny bit of stitching that I've done, this would be a really short one, I'd take you through my current works in progress and do a little mid-year WIP Parade. So I'll kick straight in and just run you through what I'm currently working on and what I have in progress, because I have started and then hidden in a drawer. So let's get going. So I'll start with Kingfishers by Forest Embroidery. I love this piece. It's beautiful. I'm about 70% done. The issue with this is that I can't find the threads because we moved and I put them somewhere and we haven't unpacked everything yet and I can't find them. And obviously if I find them, that's brilliant, I'll finish it. If I can't find them, I'll have to order them again from Forest. Because I checked and none of the thread packs that I bought for any of the other ones have all of the threads I need for this one. So yeah, fingers crossed they turn up, but if they don't turn up, I will of course be buying them because I really want to finish this. It's beautiful. The fabric that I'm stitching this on is Chromatic Alchemy, dyed by Chromatic Alchemy, and the colour is Eastery. It's 32 count linen and it's this beautiful blue and grey gradient. So that's that one. Now where am I going to put them? I'll put them here. The next one is also an Forest Embroidery project, and this is Dinosaur Forest. And my Dinosaur Forest I'm not doing on the kit fabric, I'm doing on this beautiful red Phoenix from Picture This Plus. And I could never get this to show up true to colour on camera. The red is true to colour, but it washes out all of the greens. So the greens look so much better on this than they do in real life than they do on this camera. But let me pull this in a bit closer so you can kind of see where I'm at on my Dinosaur Forest. I love this project. It comes as a kit, you can only buy it as a kit. And obviously you can choose to sub in whatever you want instead of the stuff. But yeah, to get the pattern, unfortunately, you do have to buy the kit at the moment. It's not been released as a PDF. But I love it. It's another Forest embroidery pattern and it's beautiful. Also 32 count for that one for me from Picture This Plus. Then an Andriana project. This also came as a kit, but I also swapped out the fabric because it came with an Ada. So this is Peaceful Street, and I've made quite a decent start on the bottom and then start on the first house and kind of bits of the second and third houses. I got excited about this from watching Crafty Emily, who was talking about the way that the colours are blended together. Not blended together, but the way the colours change. And I just haven't worked on this in a little while. It's on a Jodrey Designs fabric called Cassis. I got the Even Weave. No, this is Pixie Potion. This is Pixie Potion by Jodrey Designs. It's the Even Weave, which means it's quite subtle, and it's beautiful kind of pale blue with very subtle variegation, which is beautiful for kind of the sky that is supposed to be the background of this piece. You can see the variegation showing up kind of over here. So yeah, it's gorgeous. Works really well as a background for this, and I'm quite excited to get back to this one. I'm using the kit flosses for this, and it's stitching up really nicely. I'm very pleased with it. That one is stitching from a paper pattern, but because it's not hard to come by, I've just been drawing on the pattern, which feels very naughty. This is... now, where's my spreadsheet? Who's this by? Why is it not on here? Peppermint Purple. This is Inclusive Pride. It's a blackwork project, so the first non-cross stitch one we're seeing. So you can see if I come in a bit closer. Oh, it's not gonna... Come on, camera, you can do it. It can't do it. Anyway, you can see there that it's a blackwork piece, so more geometric patterns with the stitches rather than all crosses. And this will be the Inclusive Pride flag. The Inclusive Pride flag? The Inclusive Pride flag? No, that is not it. So I've started on the colours of the trans flag here. Then it has the two stripes for including black individuals, and then it has the stripes, the original Pride flag stripes. So quite excited about that one. I haven't worked on that in a while either. Blackwork takes a little bit more brain work for me, and especially this this section here, which is like essentially white on white, is a little bit more challenging. But I was enjoying this, and I will pick it up again. So that is that one. Peppermint Purple is quite good for blackwork patterns. They also have some cross-stitch patterns, and they have a few which are cross-stitch and blackwork combined. So if you're interested in blackwork, you can check them out. They also do a free stitch along every year, which is a blackwork stitch along. So if you're interested in trying blackwork without committing to buying a pattern, that is a really good way of accessing it without needing to buy a pattern. So yes, one to check out if that's something that's of interest to you. That is just a 32 count mystery even weave that I was sent in a Claire Brown X Stitch grab bag. And DMC threads. This is Sea Dragon by Nadezdha Gavrilenkova. I love this piece. Love it so much. Sea Dragon is a full coverage piece. It's circular, or it will be circular when I finish. It's about 15,000 stitches, which is manageable for me for full coverage without me feeling like I'm gonna give up. And I'm about a third of the way through this pattern. Nearly somewhere between a third and a half. This has a lot of back stitching to go on once all the stitching is done, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's genius, and I wouldn't hesitate to pick up one of her patterns again. They're a joy to stitch. This is 32 count merino in azure blue, and merino is by far and away my favourite base fabric. I wish that it hand dyed as well as linen, because if it did, everything I stitched on would be on merino. What is next? This is the biggest piece of fabric, I think, maybe in competition with Princess Elliana. This is Deerland, also another Andriana. Is it the right way up? No. Another Andriana pattern. I'm going to fold it because I've stitched very little of it. I changed everything. So it comes as a kit. You can only buy it as a kit. I changed the fabric. I changed all the flosses to make my own conversion. And here is my tiny, tiny start. There it is. However, this pattern is glorious, and once it's done, this is going to hang above our bed in like 5 years' time. So I will get there, but I mean, look at this fabric. It's just like spectacular. I'll hold it in front of my face so you can see it. I've dropped two of my very small pieces. But yes, I absolutely adore this pattern, and I will get there. The thing is, even though the pattern is massive, I mean, it's 400 stitches wide, it's huge, so obviously there is a lot of stitching to be done. There's also a massive amount of negative space in that, so it's not like the entire thing is full coverage. So I take hope from that that it will be achievable and I will be able to do it. This is something that I found while we were moving that my parents must have sent to me that I was stitching as a teenager. It's basically done. There's just a few French knots to finish, so I'm going to include it in this WIP Parade because it's not finished, but it will be soon. It's a little... what are they called? Clinton's used to sell them. Probably still do. Is Clinton still in business? It was okay. Clinton's was like a card shop in the UK, and I can't remember if they're still in business or not. But anyway, what are the blue-nosed bears called? Chris, what are the blue-nosed... Chris? What are these bears called?
What?
The blue-nosed bears, what are they called?
The blue-nosed bears?
Well, you're no help.
I don't know.
They've got a name.
I'm going to Google it. What?
Blue-nosed grey bears.
They're called blue-nosed bears.
They're called blue-nosed bears. Okay, they're called blue-nosed bears. And they used to come as little stuffed bears that you, like, gave to... Is Clinton still in business?
Might be.
Basically, we don't know if Clinton's is still in business.
It's big, yeah.
Okay, it is. Yeah, still there. Good. Not that I've been in one for years, but anyway. They were little like teddy bears with blue noses that used to give people as presents on their birthdays when you couldn't think of anything better to give them. And this is a bookmark that I was given as a present and stitched, and it's basically done. And it's very cute. I will say it's very cute. So I will finish it and do something with it. Probably give it to someone as a present. Because that feels like a nice ironic twist of fate. But anyway, that is a snippet from my childhood. And I didn't do too badly on the back, actually. It's a little bit messier than I probably stitch nowadays, but it's not awful. So quite pleased with myself with that one. Back to modern day times. This is the next two patterns are both by AbbieSue Designs. I always want to say Abby-Bella Designs for some reason. I'm not sure why, but anyway, AbbieSue Designs, who is genius. She does these. I'm about to show you one, but she does these popular culture figures in a very stylized way, and I think they're genius. And I have quite a few of them to stitch. But the one that I'm doing at the moment is Tiana. And this always comes up way paler. These greens are actually like quite acidic, and they're coming up like pale, which is a shame because they're gorgeous greens. They're like the 603, 604s. If you have DMC and you know what colours they are. And the skin tone is just absolutely gorgeous. The colours are just right for compared to the film. And yeah, the hands, yeah, like this stylized, it's over here, this stylized kind of pixelation. That is how it's finished. It kind of fades out into pixels, which I think is really interesting. So anyway, I need to finish off Tiana. I've not got a lot left to do on her, to be honest. I could just knock her out. Sounds really aggressive. I could just knock Tiana out. I could just knock her out in probably a couple of evenings. Just finish her off. There's quite a lot of her dress still to do down here. But yeah, I think she's gorgeous. And then next I'm going to do Milan on this side of this fabric. This is a Claire Brown X-Stitch fabric. It's called Antique Rose, I think. It's gorgeous. And this is an Ada. It's a 14 count Ada. And it's printed, so you can see the back is completely white because it's been printed onto the Ada. Yeah, but that's my first AbbieSue Designs pattern. And the second one was from the Dogs of Disney Stitch Along, and I started stitching Stitch. And you can see that I really need to finish him off because he looks a little bit eerie at the moment. So this is mostly as charted, but I swapped in one of my cottage garden threads for the variegated blue, the less vibrant blue. Swapped in one of my cottage garden threads, which I think turned out really nicely. I'm really pleased with it. And I think he'll be really cute. I'm not sure what I'll do with him. Probably he's going into my cross-stitch journal. But yeah, I think he'll be really sweet when he's finished. the Dogs of Disney Cell has now finished Stitch Along, but the pattern as a whole is available on Abbie's shop. So if you want to stitch one or all of the dogs that Abbie charted, and there are loads, and some really cute ones, do check that out. And there's Cats of Disney Cell, which is just about to start. So yes, do take a look if you're interested. The next pattern was charted by my friend Dee of Dee's 20 Stitches. They did it in collaboration with Kari, whose handle I've forgotten, but it's in the pattern and it's definitely on Dee's Instagram. If you go and check out Dee, which you absolutely should, although I'm sure if you're watching me, you're also watching Dee. And this is the Transparent Tapestry, and forgive me, I'm just trying to work out which way up it goes, but I think it's this way. Nope. No, I turned it the wrong way. It's like in Adobe when you rotate 90 degrees the wrong direction. So this is my Transparent Tapestry. Oh, the fabric's showing. So it's actually quite an acidic, like yellowy blue green, which you can kind of see over here. And I put on my unicorn and I swapped out the teal for this. It's a nope, their name is gone. It's one of the, it's not Gentle Arts and it's not Weeks Dye Works, it's the other really big hand-dyed threads company, and I can't remember the name, but anyway, it's that one. And it's one of their purples. Oh my god, my brain has just died. Wow. Anyway, I pulled together a whole colour palette based on their threads, which I'm going to use to do the unicorn. And I think I'm just going to do the unicorn. I don't think I'm going to do the whole garden. I think I will just do the unicorn because the unicorn is what kind of struck me. I do have enough fabric to do the whole thing, so I'm not going to rule it out, but I think the unicorn is where I'll stop. But yeah, this pattern is gorgeous, so if you're interested, do go and buy it and support Dee and support Kari. And also, they have just released a new collaboration. For the avoidance of doubt, Dee uses they them pronouns. Yeah, just to be clear. They've just released a new collaboration together. And it's a Halloween-based collection, and there's a large pattern which is like a haunted mansion, which is really cool, but the ones that I really like are the smalls, and one of them is like a teacup ghost, and it's gorgeous, and I will be stitching that. I'm really excited about it. But yes, so do go give Dee a follow if you're not already. They're fantastic, and yeah, a really yeah, they've brought a lot to the stitching community in terms of like creating a trans stitching group, and yeah, they're a really good person. So yeah, that's the Trans Pride Tapestry. I should stop rolling them because it's taking ages. I'm claiming this one because I still haven't finished those 5 stitches, so it's still a work in progress. Although it's basically finished. This is my Royal Games by Mirabilia with skin conversions based on the Lord Libidan table and slightly changed to suit what I wanted. I mean, it doesn't look like a work in progress, does it? Looks finished, which is basically true. I've got like 5 stitches left to do, which I just missed. But I know up here you can see the gap there. If I point it out to you, I can see it. I love these. They look so good. Every time I hold them up, they just look fantastic. It's Royal Games 1. I don't love Royal Games 2. I just don't think the queens. I don't love the. They're in very like formal queen wear. It doesn't strike me. I won't be stitching it, but I love this one, and I'm really, really pleased that I did it, and I'm happy with how it came out. And I will be finishing it soon. That is on, oh sorry, the Transparent Tapestry, that is on a Lakeside Needlecraft fabric. It was one of their fabrics of the month, and I can't remember what it's called. Do I have it written down? It was called Springtime. It's 32 count even weave. The Royal Games 1, that is on a merino. It's antique white and it's 32 count from Swigart because that is my undying love, 32 count merino. Next up we have Flamingle Bells by Hands On Design, which I adore, but I put it on the wrong fabric. If I'd put it on a 32 count, it would have been done months ago, but I put it on a 40 count and I can't. I put it on a dark 40 count and I can't see it. But that was my own error and I will finish it. And it's still super cute. So, you can see it there. I mean, the issue with this is that the stitches are so small that without my glasses on, I can't really see them even when they're stitched. So seeing the holes when it's not, I find this really difficult. I have to get my magnifier out. I just can't do it. Massive admiration to those of you who stitch on 40 count regularly, and to anyone who stitches on 40 count over one. Huge admiration. This fabric, which also wasn't a good choice. I don't love the colour of it. I don't know why I chose a brown fabric. What was I thinking? I've also forgotten. It's been so long. It's by Fox and Rabbit. It's Winter Wren. I do think it's pretty. It's not for me. I don't know why I chose it. It's not right for what the kind of things that I stitch. Like you've seen all my fabrics, they're like super bright and colourful. I kind of went a bit off piste, and it shows because I don't stitch on this, even though I absolutely love the pattern. I'm considering whether it would be worth just scrapping this and starting again, but I'm so close to being done that I kind of feel like I should finish it. It's a tricky one. But again, if I'd stitched this on 32 count, it would be finished by now. Well finished. I'd probably have stitched 2. But c'est la vie. I made the choices I made. My next one is another Mirabilia, the other Mirabilia that I'm working on. And this is Princess Elliana. I knew I said Princess Meliana, which is not right. So here she is. She is huge. This is barely any of her stitched. There's so much more to go. But I love her. I do love her. She is such bright colours. It's such a glorious blend of colours. She has a massive skirt. She's like running, which I like. I'm going to change her skin colour. I'm probably going to use one of the Almond M&M silks, or like a few to get the kind of shading in the skin. But I'm excited about that. And I think she's going to be glorious. And I put her on this picture, this plus cauldron, which I also think is just perfect. So I'm really happy about that. I had bought a different fabric. So I bought originally Picture This Plus Heroic. But when it came, it was not what I imagined, because the picture on the screen made it look like it was kind of tan but had really big streaks of pink and blue on it. And when it came, it was like tan with like a teensy bit of pink and a teensy bit of blue. And it wasn't what I wanted for this piece. Like, it's fine, I will use it for something else, but it wasn't what I wanted for this. So I've stashed that massive piece of tan fabric. And I bought the cauldron, and the cauldron is perfect. You all know what this is. I don't even need to introduce this anymore. I think this is my fan favourite piece. I'm glad that you were all as horrified as I was that Paladin weed on it, although it is absolutely fine. That was a slightly clickbaity title. This is the new normal. Oh, it's too big now. It's a Longdog Designs pattern. Go backwards. Try and fit it in. There we go. I've made it to the top. Look. Up here. So that is as high as it's going to be. And if you look between the two corners, that's what it will be square. It is supposed to be square. No, it's not square. It's sort of it's a rectangle. So, yeah, that is as high as it's going to be. It's on it's another merino, 32 count in burgundy. I'm stitching it with sulky. It's a variegated white, and I love this piece. I love the combination of the colours. Ooh, got a hanging thread. Don't normally leave hanging threads on this. But yeah, you can see, if I hold it a little bit closer, maybe you can see you can see some of the variegation there. I absolutely adore this. I think it's just, ooh, there we go. I think it's just absolutely stunning. The detail in the pattern is phenomenal. I mean, that's kind of the hallmark calling card of all Longdog patterns. The more you look at it, the more you see. But yeah, it's spectacular, and I'm not ashamed to say that my own piece is spectacular. I really, really like it, and the aim is still to finish this year. I'm at 68%, so it's doable. It is doable. Although, having not stitched on it for 5 days, I've got a lot of catching up to do this month. Next up, and we're nearly there, so we're not doing too badly for a WIP Parade, is my Twisted Band sampler, which I also, obviously everything went away to be packed, and I just got them all back out and been like reunited with them. And I got this piece out and I was like, yes, I still love it, which is a good sign. So here's my Twisted Band sampler. I adore it. I'm stitching this in silks. They're dinky dyes. It's not the... It is charted in dinky dyes. Or no, it's charted in... It's charted in some set of silks, possibly dinky dyes. Whatever it's charted in, I chose a different set of colours. It's still a rainbow, but it's a brighter rainbow. And if I hold it into a point where it will focus, will you focus? It's not going to focus. Come on. It's not going to focus on that. Basically, oh, maybe it did focus. Each band is a set of crossed. There's like a cross. There's a cross stitch band, and then there's a band of specialty stitches. There's a cross stitch band, and there's a band of specialty stitches. So specialty stitches, then cross stitch, and specialty stitches, and it's so satisfying. It can take a really long time. So the band of specialty stitches that I'm currently working on is a particularly time-consuming one, so that's why I've kind of stalled. But it's spectacular. I really, really adore it, and I really want to finish this so it can go up. It'll be a long hanging piece because it's a band sampler, so it will be quite long and thin. But the idea was basically to make kind of another pride flag in subtle form. A subtle pride flag. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I need to get back in gear with this one because, yeah, it's just absolutely spectacular. I adore it. That pattern is by Northern Expressions Needlework. There is a cross-stitch only version, which is charted slightly differently. But yeah, only has cross-stitch bands in it, so that's called the Rainbow Band Sampler. So yes, if you're put off by specialty stitches, check out the Rainbow Band Sampler from Northern Expressions Needlework, or if you prefer the bands in the Twisted Band Sampler, but you don't want to do the specialty stitches, you could potentially just take out the specialty stitches and just stitch the cross-stitch bands. So, or you could just give the specialty stitch bands a go because the instructions are really good and it's not that difficult. You can definitely do it. You can. And if you're there are tutorials online for how to do them if you're nervous, or you can message me on Instagram and I will send you videos of me doing them if you need. I can do that. That's not a problem. So yeah, give it a go. I think you'd really enjoy it. And if you hate it, you can always stop. The next thing I'm working on is, was there two? No, three. No, two. Two things left. So is the Tales from the Sea Fragments in Time. So I like the idea of the Fragments in Time series, but I just want to work on the ones that I want to work on, so I'm doing it as a small. So this one is the number 1. I didn't put down which one it is. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's just the borders anyway. This is the Sunrise one with the whale tail. As if there's anything there that you can see, like there will be a whale tail there. At the moment, I'm just doing the corners and the borders. So yeah, they're really cute. And this will just go in my cross stitch journal as a little small once I finished. There's another one. There's the Kraken, which is quite cute, which I might do. And there's also a lighthouse now. I think that's the very, very most recent one, which is really cute. But yes, I think they're cute. So yeah, they're little ones that I can kind of work on if I just fancy doing something a bit different. So I thought that was quite cute. That's on another Claire Brown X Stitch fabric. This is Pumpkin, and it's a 18 count Ada. So you can see there the back is white. This is actually recycled from when I stopped doing my Cafe Club sal, and I just cut bits off the fabric to make little small bits. And the last thing that I'm working on is my Dark Queen of the Seas. So here she is. So I have finished part 2 and I've not finished part 1 because I am either a rebel or unorganised, depending on your preference. So now that I've done it, I wish that I had made the fish blue and sparkly. I may still make this fish down here blue and sparkly, but then it would look weird. I think now it has to be yellow, unfortunately. So Livy, you live and learn. I do like this fish though. I think he's cute with his stripes. I don't know why I decided that he's male. He looks really grumpy. I don't know. Anyway, I'm currently working on this fish here. These fish take a lot of stitching. Like, they are not tiny, they are big. And this part was massive as well. Like, she takes a lot of stitching. So I'm just gonna like keep plugging away at her slowly over time and she will get done. And this fabric is glorious as well. This is Iolite from Chromatic Alchemy. It's another hand-dyed linen, 32 count, and it's absolutely beautiful. However, for some reason on this, I don't like how my stitches lay. Not a problem on the Eastery, which is exactly the same fabric by the same dyer, just with a different dye. But on this one, for some reason, I'm really struggling to get my stitches to lay how I want them to. So I don't know what happened to me between this one and the Kingfishers, but yeah, it's been a bit of a battle. I don't know. If you have any thoughts, let me know, because I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Oh no, there are 3. I forgot one. I'm also working on this, which is not cross stitch, but it is stitching. So it's a goldwork bird that I'm working on from a kit from Becky Hogg. I have slightly stalled on this because just every single step takes me so long. So I've kind of stalled on starting the next step, which is basically putting more passings, the silver passing which goes around the head here. But yeah, you can see the silver passing on the head, just the strands of silver coming around here. There's some more that need to go down this wing here. So that's basically the next thing I need to do on it, and I just need to get started. So yeah, that's my next job. But it's going to look absolutely fantastic when it's finished, and I'm I will get going on it. In other news, I recently made a lampshade. I'll put in a small video here of the lampshade that I made. If you're at all curious or fancy making a lampshade, or you've thought about it and never done it, it's relatively straightforward. It's a little bit fiddly. If you buy a lampshade making kit, it's definitely achievable, and they look fantastic because you can make whatever you want basically. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend making your own lampshade. And then I have a tiny bit of haul. Let's move all those things out of the way. So I got some more patterns, which I bought from America. And I saw someone who had stitched Yasmin. Let me look up who it was so I can tell you, because she stitched an absolutely beautiful version of this. Yeah, okay, so Yasmin's Made with Love. I don't know if she has a floss tube. No, she does not appear to, unless I haven't come across it. Anyway, Yasmin's Made with Love on Instagram did a glorious version of Quaker Style 4, which is this one down here with the chicken. And I was like, I need it. I have to have it. Have to. So I'm going to be stitching this one. It has like a chicken in the middle, and then it has an alphabet around the edge, and then it has like Quaker motifs, and I just absolutely love it. And she didn't do it in these colours. She did like the chicken in like a gold and brown, and then she did different colours around the edge, and it was glorious. And I will probably do something not quite the same. I'm thinking there is it's the floss company name that I can't remember. And I have the most of their flossers, and I can't remember their name, and it begins with a C. Classic Colourworks. Classic Colourworks. They have a floss called Fallen Leaves, which is like red. I'm thinking I might do the chicken in Fallen Leaves, and then I'll do like a colour palette around the edge, maybe greens. Yeah, it's gonna be gorgeous. I'm excited. Anyway, it comes with the second one, which doesn't excite me too much. But anyway, I bought it for the chicken. But then I had to ship it here from America, and that's expensive. So I might as well get some more. So I got Indigo Bunny and Bird, which are beautiful. I'm really excited about the bunny, but the bird is also cute. And I also got, this is, I think it's just called Style Prairie. But, sorry, I'm not reading really close. I just really liked this alphabet, and I like this bird. I don't know if I'll stitch the whole thing, but I really like, I do really like it. Yeah, something about it appeals. Anyway, they're really hard to get in the UK. I don't know if they're out of print or, yeah, anyway. I got them from a store in the US, so if you're in the US, they're easier for you to get. I just searched for Quaker Style 4 from Marjorie Massey, and that was the shop that came up, and I got them, and I'm very excited. I have a few new starts in the works at the moment, so I'm going to be adding to my WIP pile, which is probably not the best given how many I have. I also got this one, so I've had this in my Etsy. Having a good time. I've had this in my Etsy, like, I will buy this for a long time, and then it got to the point where it was like, there is one remaining in the store. I was like, well, I guess now's the time. So, this is Rose Blanche from Reflect de Soir. Someone tell me how you actually say that. It's been a long time since I took French. It's over 10 years now. Anyway, obviously it's a French designer, and it's a beautiful, almost looks like lace work, but it's cross stitch, and it's all these different roses. And I obviously my channel name is Emma Rose Makes. It's because my name is Emma Rose, and then my surname, which is not a secret, but I just, you know, And so I thought, well, I'll stitch some patterns with roses on them. And in that vein, I did manage to get my hands on, after saying that it was really hard to get hold of Black Swan designs, I did manage to get my hands on some of them. So, they are out of print, they are hard to get. I managed to get one on one of the resale sites that I'm part of in the UK. So this is Sweetheart Rose. So obviously it's another rose design. I think it's really cute. So it is, obviously it's the flower of a rose, and then she's coming out the top of it and she has little wings. I think it's really cute. And the packaging is gorgeous. So it's a shame they're out of print because they're very pretty. And so here's the colours. So you can see there's the colours, and then it does give you African American colours. So it gives you a skin conversion. So yeah, 1995 this was printed in. So other designers could take a leaf out of the book. 1995. Anyway, so this came as a full kit. The kit is charted for the white skin colour, but I'll be trialling the African American colourways. What I'll probably do is I'll stitch this. What I'd probably do is stitch this and mirror it. So stitch one this way and stitch one the other way, and do one with my colouring, and do one with the African American colourings, because I'm keen to try the African American colourings, and I would like to stitch one that looks like me. That's probably what I'll do, and I think they'd look cute as a pair. I'll change the hair on the one that looks like me as well, because she's got very kind of updo hair, which I never have because I can't grow my hair like that. It's a lot. Everything is falling off my desk. So this is the kit that came. It's really old. It's really old. So yeah, it came with this fabric, which I won't use. It's too plain. But yeah, it's very it's from Lakeside Needlecraft, like old style Lakeside Needlecraft. Yeah, it's cute. Like getting old things. And then I got one more pattern, and then I'm done. So I got Summer at the Shore from A Time for All Seasons, because I adore this seagull. Isn't he the cutest? So yeah, obviously I need to find time to stitch all these things. But my master's degree finishes soon, so you know I'm going to have loads of time. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about him. He is great. I have the rabbit, I have the hare with the basket from this. So I'll probably get one fabric and stitch them both next to each other, because they're technically from the same grouping. But yeah, that is everything. I'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully, I will stitch more things because life won't have been chaotic. But currently, every time I sit down, the dog insists on coming and sitting with me, and he cannot be trusted around fabric. So, who can say? I would pick him up and show him to you, but I don't know where he is, so that's not going to happen. I should probably go find him and check he's not chewing anything. So let me end things there. Thank you so much to everyone who commented on the last video. Rucks. I must remember to give away rucks, because so many of you asked for it. Yes, so I have, there were 5 of you. I have done a random number generator. It came out with 2, so that is Mrs. Bomb and Lacer. So I'll message you and I'll get in touch with you about posting that to you. I just saw the dog in the background. Yes, great. Right, I will see you all in 2 weeks, and thank you so much for joining me. Don't remember to like and subscribe and give me a comment if you enjoyed it. Thanks everyone, bye!